Good morning, Chameleon Wranglers. Welcome to the Sunday meditation. And today I want to talk about how it's difficult to consider losing your chameleon. And this can be something that brings up surprising feelings and emotions. Many years ago, I think 2017, I did a podcast episode on mourning your chameleon. I still remember it's episode 79 of the what was then Chameleon Breeder podcast. Now it's Chameleon Academy podcast. The thing that was significant about that episode was that it was one of my least listened to episodes. But over the years, it has been the episode that I've gotten the most emails about and the longest emails about. And that makes sense. It was all about how to deal with mourning your chameleon when your chameleon passes. And the reason why it was so powerful, so needed, is because generally chameleons, reptiles, aren't seen as something that we should get emotionally attached to. Even dogs and cats, yes, we understand that you're emotionally attached, but try taking a day off of work for mourning the loss of your dog, and you're kind of given the side eye. There are a lot of expectations in our society as to mourning, how you can feel. You need to be, if someone dies, you need to be mourning for this long, or if you're mourning too long, then it's too much. You're not supposed to feel as much if your dog dies. You're not supposed to feel much at all if your reptile or fish dies. But the thing is, none of those things matter as to how deeply you feel about something. And all it does is it makes you feel alone when something like that does happen to you. If your chameleon has been with you for many of the things you've done in life, well, that chameleon's traveled life with you. I've had two chameleons that have been with me since right after I got married. They were with me when I went through the MBA program. They were with me when I moved up north. They were with me through every move that I made when I was in Silicon Valley. They were with me when I came back home to Southern California. When a chameleon, reptile, anything is with you for over a decade of your life, they are going to have been with you through a lot. And even though they don't cuddle with you on the bed, there is a familiarity, there's an attachment. You know their personality, you know their characteristics, you know what they like to eat. They know you, they trust you. And so we do have a relationship that is not understood by most of society. And that's why that episode was so important, is because it let people know that there are other people out there that understand exactly how they feel when they lose their chameleon. Now, here we are, 7 or so years after I recorded that episode. And since then, I can say that the problem has become more acute. And by that, I mean there are more and more people getting attached to their chameleon and having to deal with what happens when that chameleon passes. And this is good news. The reason why more and more people are encountering this situation is because our chameleons are living longer and longer. Our husbandry is improving to the point where people are keeping their chameleons long enough that that chameleon has history with this person. And I am getting more and more communication from people in the chameleon community about what does chameleon old age look like? And I think that is an incredible achievement that more and more people are asking that question. And the answer is, it's much like in humans. As their bodies get older, things stop working. It's not necessarily that they get sick or they have a respiratory infection. It's just things don't work as well. Their hands, their paws, it now hurts more when they try to grab onto the stick. Arthritis, they get gout. And so you'll see swelling around the wrists. And this is painful for them. And there really isn't much of a solution. You can give medication, but the administering of the medication gets to be more stressful and painful than the pain itself. And it's like it doesn't work that quickly. And so you're just adding pain upon pain. And this opens you up to having to make some hard decisions. But you will see your chameleons start to slow down. They won't be as active. They won't be running around the cage as much. They'll be sitting in their branch. As the joints get older and more painful, they may perch on the branch with one leg off the branch. They may have trouble holding on to the branch. After a while, you'll start to see them resting more, maybe being lower in the cage, and you'll notice just a general slowing down. And you're now part of the generation that is faced with the decision as to when is their quality of life decreased to the point where you should make a decision. This is something that nobody can make because we can't ask them how they're feeling. You're the best one to make that decision because you're the one who's been with them for the longest time, and you can observe their characteristics. You know what their behavior means. You know the differences of what they were before to what they are now. You see them day to day. I mean, when you bring them into the vet can give you an opinion, but they're hyped up on adrenaline when they go to the vet. So it falls to you to make the decision as to what their quality of life is. And unfortunately, I can't help with that. Your vet can give an opinion. Other people, the internet, wonderful internet, can give their opinion, but it really falls to you, and you need to trust your instincts. And as difficult as this new stage of our community is, I'm glad that we've arrived at this point. It's an achievement for all of us. Now, does that mean that we have arrived and we know chameleon husbandry inside and out? We can go take a break and watch TV? The answer, of course, is no. Yes, it's a milestone that we've got chameleons to live to old age, but as we know, the rougher your life, the sooner that old age comes. And so it's still worth it for us to look into what is the best husbandry. How do we get rid of the micro stresses? How do we delay the onset of old age? And this is going to be something that we're going to continue working on. That's my life goal here with the Chameleon Academy, is to continue to work towards both what is the best husbandry and disseminating the knowledge to the general community in a way that people can understand. I've been doing this for many decades, and it's been a wonderful trip, journey, and growth. And it's all the more meaningful because I have you all out there coming along with me. I have satisfaction when I see more and more people implement better and better husbandry. And so I'm not sure how to say this, but I hope you are able to experience chameleon old age. The way you handle it is you make them as comfortable as possible. Remove the stresses of people walking by. Keep them in quiet areas. Give them their favorite feeders as much as you want to. Once you start getting into the older years, go ahead and spoil them. There comes a time when the race is won, and it's time to relax. Keep them comfortable and say goodbye. Chapters close, but you'll always have that story of your life to remember.